Hey folk, welcome back to another Blind Box BJD unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Minty Poem of Feather series of dolls, and I am really super excited about these. Before I can get into them though, I have to of course thank Kikagoods for sending me this case of dolls for free. I'm not like being paid or anything. I don't have to say anything specific. They were just nice enough to gift these dolls to me so that I could review them. So thank you so much, Kikagoods. These dolls do retail for 47 or 48.99 US dollars. So they are a little bit maybe expensive, like compared to some other blind box BJDs. However, you might be able to guess just like from the scale of the box to my hand. These are quite large dolls. Like a lot of blind box BJDs are sort of this sort of scale. These are going to be a little bit bigger, and there's some other elements that I'm really hoping make them worth the price. I'm definitely very hopeful for them, so we'll see throughout the course of the review if they are worth it or not. Taking a look at the side here, it is a little bit damaged. The like shipping company just was a little bit rough with the box, but the damage is minimal enough that I think the dolls inside are going to be perfectly fine, but you can see all of the different characters that are available. This one here is the secret, so we will almost certainly not be seeing that doll today, but otherwise I should have all of the other four, and I'm really excited. I don't know who's going to be my favorite because I really think the pants on this one are going to be great, but something about her is luring me in. So I don't know. I'm really excited to just get into all of these dolls today. The last thing before I go ahead and start unboxing them is that I do have a code for you guys to use on kikagoods if while you're like watching the video you feel like you want to buy one of these dolls, or if there's just anything else on the website that you've been eyeing that maybe like you were waiting for a little sale on, you can use code FairyTale10 to get 10% off. Once again, that's not like an affiliate code. I don't earn anything from that. It's just a little thank you for watching the videos that I make in collaboration with them. So feel free to use that. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into unboxing these because I'm sure that that is what you're waiting for, and that's also what I'm waiting for. So let's jump on into it. So if you've seen me do this style of video before, you will already know this. We're going to go ahead and do one unboxing on screen just so you can sort of see my literal initial first reaction and also like see what the unboxing process looks like for this specific blind box style of doll. And then the other ones I'm going to do off camera and we'll just talk about them once they're all sort of completed. That way I'm not drawing this out for like an insane amount of time. So here's the box. Again, you can see the different characters on the side. Let's go ahead and tear into it. Ooh, that was a nice tidy one. I almost never get like good tidy ones. Okay, you maybe can already see. I don't know how like the glare is doing, but you can maybe already see something quite exciting. Oh, wrong way. We're facing the wrong way. Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna be careful and actually put her down here. But yes, I have to point it out literally before we even get the box open. Part of why I'm so excited about this is because this doll does have, I believe it's a wick. I don't think this is rooted. Obviously, we're going to find out in a second. But like actual hair, not sculpted hair. And this is the first blind box style doll that I've gotten that has this style of hair. So I am so excited about that. And that's also part of why I was like, oh, that might be contributing to the price, because I imagine that it's a little bit more expensive to have to produce like the wigs than to do the sculpted hair. And if they're nice, then it'll be worth it. Wow, okay, this is coming apart very strangely. I always want to like show with these particular unboxings like a little bit of the unboxing process, but I mostly feel like I'm showing you all why I don't normally do this, because I just am oddly bad at unboxing things. Just trying to get rid of some of the plastic here. Very carefully pull this on up so that we can take a look at the doll. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. This is rooted. Whoa, I was not expecting that at all. I'm actually really excited about that. Like, I know that wigs would be more versatile in the sense that you could like mix and match them more. But I'm actually just, I don't know, I'm a fan of rooted hair. I feel like for me personally as a collector, rooted hair always looks the most realistic and the most natural on a doll. So I'm actually I'm so excited that this is rooted. It like, maybe you could say it's a tiny bit thin, but you can't like see the plugs from the back. And I do think that it to me, this could be wrong because I am just, spitballing with the first doll here. Obviously, I don't know how the others are going to go. But I do think that perhaps it's thinner so that it looks like a more realistic volume. Like looking at this amount of hair and running my hands through it, this feels closer in proportion to how like I would say most people's heads are quote unquote rooted. Like dolls' hair is generally thicker than like most people's. Obviously, some people have very, very thick hair. My husband's one of them. But like an actual doll's head, like if you look at a well-rooted Monster High doll or a well-rooted Bratz doll, the hair might actually be a little bit thicker than would be realistic for a person. And so that's why sometimes like a doll braid can look a little funny, or like even some ponytails can look sort of funny because it's just so much more volume than there would actually be on a person. All of that to say, this one I think is just thinly rooted enough to where like you can't see it, it doesn't look bad from the back, but this feels like an amount of hair that it's like proportionate and believable. I don't know why I talked about that for that long. I don't know what hair fiber it is. I will double check on the website listing to see if it says on there at all. I would guess. I'm guessing nylon. It is definitely not polypropylene. Like it's very soft, very pleasant to touch. So my guess is nylon. I'll see if I can confirm. Sorry if I cannot, but I can tell you it's not shitty poly. And that's the most important part. Now the bangs are very, very long. I don't know if like I'm supposed to cut that myself or if it's maybe meant to be more of like a side swept sort of situation. I'm just gonna kind of part them so that we can look at the face really quick. So she does have a pretty morose expression here right out of the box, which is like very, tragically beautiful to me. She does have heterochromia. The left eye is green and then the right is blue. I really do like this screening style. It's very, very anime. Very pretty though. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And then to go ahead and look at the articulation, first of all, just the collarbone sculpting. Hello. She pretty. Anyway, though, sorry, articulation. So we can go all the way around with the like shoulder joint and we can get a pretty nice spread. And of course, if you rotate the shoulder up, you can get her arms all the way straight up. We do have, yeah, I think a double jointed elbow here. Wow, that's really nice, actually. It's sitting very, very nicely. I'm fascinated too because this is not a strung joint. Like the elbow, that's not a strung joint. It doesn't look like to me. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. I was just being a goober and looking in the wrong place. But the joints feel a lot better than almost any proper BJD I've gotten. Like if you've seen a lot of this style of video from me, you probably know I actually prefer MJDs to BJDs just because I think that they're easier to maneuver and pose and everything like that. This one, for a second, I really did think this was like partially MJD because the joints are just very agreeable to me. I'm having a great time with this body so far. I really hope the others are just as good. But yeah, you saw the elbow, and then we do have the wrist articulation as well. And just to clarify again, it is all strung. It's strung in such a way that the joints actually hold their position. And I feel like I'm not fighting to get them into a position, and also like they're not falling all over the place. I'm very impressed. The chest joint, I mean, it's there. It doesn't rotate, and the tilt doesn't really stay unless you get it at like the exact right angle. So the chest joint, I will say, is in my opinion kind of pointless, but like it is what it is. At least it looks nice. It's not like a chest joint that's very like visually distracting. Because I don't mind a visually distracting chest joint if it does something. So at least this one, even though it's not doing much, it's not like, wow, that's really in your face. Her legs can go about 90 degrees forward. Hello? Oh, you've gotten stuck. That was odd. Not really back at all because the booty sculpt, but we do have rotation up at the top of her thigh, double jointed knees, although it can look kind of funny when you do them all the way, but I feel like that's a pretty common issue. And then with the ankles, we do have articulation there as well. So I would say quite nice articulation. And again, all of the joints feel the same way like the arms did, or like they feel really sturdy. Oh, I forgot. Not really a spread. You can't really, that's okay. So yeah, I feel like that's, pretty solid articulation, and I love the actual feel of the articulation. This is like a lot of blind box BJDs. I get them and I pose them and I put them on the shelf and I literally never want to touch them again. Just because for me personally, it's just so finicky and annoying. But like I could see myself reposing this doll and having a perfectly fine time with it. So 10 out of 10, very, very happy about just the base doll. I think the only other thing, she does have little elf ears sculpted in. I feel like that's everything that I need to cover with this. So now let me go ahead and take a look at some of the other stuff that she comes with. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little reveal for her card. And this is the one that I thought might end up being my favorite. Yo, I'm excited. I'm so excited that we got this one first. Looking at the picture, the bangs definitely are quite long, like almost in the eyes. So I might end up giving her a tiny trim, or I might use like some wax to try to get them, swooped just enough. Very, very cute little card there, though. Also, she was packaged with this fan. The feathers are a really beautiful, like iridescent color in person. It's not showing up enough on camera. And then the like part where she holds it is a silvery color. So that's nice. Then we have just a booklet of instructions, which I'm going to studiously ignore for now and hope that I can continue to ignore. A thing of silica gel that I'm going to very carefully keep track of and dispose of, because you need to be really careful with those if you have pets. Those can be dangerous for your animals. Let's get the hands and feet out of the way first. Pull all of that out. I definitely did hit the camera there, so sorry about that one. Alrighty, so for the extra hands, first we have this like straight peg, which you can use to make changing the clothing easier. I always love getting these. Like I have a lot because I just have gotten a lot of blind box BJDs, but I love when these are included because they're really, really helpful to me. Then we have, this is super interesting. So this is like a sculpted set of hands that are interlocked, but like they are stuck together. Like you can't pull them apart. So that's fascinating. Like it is really, really cool to see that she has this unique hand clasped mold. And it does, work perfectly fine because she has all the extra hands. It's not like anything is getting taken away. I've just never seen something like this before, but I do think this is a really, really excellent use of like dolls as a medium and like BJDs specifically as a medium. That is really genuinely cool. I'm fingers crossed. This is going so well so far. She does have extra feet. Also, the first time that I've gotten extra feet in one of these sets, but this one is a much more heeled foot as opposed to the more flat foot that she has on, which is super duper cool. Like, again, just something I haven't seen and something I really appreciate. And then I'm trying to pick out just sort of one of each of some of these other hands. Ooh, is that it? One more. Which one am I missing? There we go. I think these are all of the other hand sculpts that you get, but you do get, a left and a right for each of them. I'm just kind of trying to hold them up a little bit. Then getting into her clothes, we'll go ahead and start with her shoes because they're packaged separately. These are genuinely lovely. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Again, it's not showing up on camera as much, but the white part of her shoe does have that same iridescence. Like, it's a little bit like yellow glowy, very gorgeous. And there's also iridescence on the gold platform of the shoe, which is just so nice. And on the bow on top, the green is also shimmery. Like, there's just so much shine. Y'all know I love glitter and shimmer and shine, so obviously I'm a huge fan, but the detail I think is really lovely, and they're so crisp and clean. Guys. Okay, as for clothes, first thing is literally just a loose green ribbon. So I'm gonna have to figure out where this goes. I am a little bit worried just because her clothes are so detailed that it's gonna be sort of finicky to dress her. But like that's not unique to like this doll set at all. I have a lot of trouble. My hands don't work that well for anyone who might not know that who's watching this. So like most doll clothes are a little finicky for me. And I would rather it be finicky because they're really well constructed and very detailed. She does have little socks. I'm trying to get all like the boring stuff out of the way first. Okay, let's just go ahead and look at the dress because holy shit. Wait, there's multiple pieces? Hold on. Okay, sorry. I guess we'll go with the underskirt. I guess just like the skirt would be the best thing to call it first. The bows are a little wrinkled. Okay, I will confess. The bows are a little bit wrinkly, but there are fully sewn on bows on this bottom piece and this beautiful applique. Now this is like printed or ironed on, and it's like, I mean, it's a little shiny. It's not the best material ever. You can kind of see my fingers through it a little bit. Like this part, it's not the worst quality ever by far. It's not as impressive as this piece here. What made me literally go speechless was this. Hello? A little dangly, shimmery, shiny gemstone. Obviously not real, but that was just so pretty. That literally knocked me on my feet for a second. That was incredible. So it looks like it's sort of a sleeveless moment where the sleeves are attached to the dress, but it looks like there's like a cold shoulder, and then this would go around her neck. That is gonna, I'm gonna have to take off her whole head. Ooh, this one's gonna suck to get on. I, again, just because I have like finicky hands and all that jazz, I hate when I have to do that, when I have to take off a doll's entire head, but that's like a me problem, and I do recognize that. There is, oh wow, that's so smart. This is like a protective strip that's along the, for lack of a better term, sharper side of the Velcro so that it didn't damage anything else. That's incredible. Like the care that was put in. That's unreal. Anyway, though, yeah, okay, ruffle with the gem. This little panel down the middle is a separate piece of fabric stitched on with actual, like, these are dead ass buttons. Are we joking? I can't tell if they're sewn on or if they're glued on, but they are like a full 3D button. There's a trim, there's snaps here that presumably go to this. This is like another layer of ruffled fabric, and it is double layered actually. So this is a very nice piece in and of itself. Presumably it is snap on there. We have these dangling chain and faux pearl moments, and the whole thing is just trimmed in this absolutely gorgeous. Is this like an accordion pleat? Is that what that's called? Or an accordion ruffle? And the sleeves with the lace. Guys, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck to put together. I cannot lie to you. Again, that's a me problem. This is gonna suck so hard to put together. I'm so excited for her. And then the last piece is this. Is this? Would you consider this a bonnet? I think so. I think this is a bonnet, which normally not my thing, but I saw this in the pictures on kikagoods website. Like obviously I saw the stock photos of the doll, and I don't know, she might finally sell it for me. Like I'm ready, I'm here for it. But there's 2 rows of lace. There's some sort of interfacing or like cardboard or something sewn into this bonnet to help it keep shape. It is very nice and sturdy, but still soft and clearly bendable. That's incredible. The ribbon that you literally like tie it. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah, I'm beyond hype about this. Like this is so thrilling to me. I'm so excited about the quality of everything that I looked at so far. So I'm going to go ahead and put it together, and then we can see how it looks when it's all on, and then move on to the other dolls and hopefully just keep having a great time because this is starting off wonderful. Okay, here's our girl all put together, and she's just such a little cutie patootie. Like, I'm dying. I'm screaming. I did think that this piece was supposed to be like an extra layer for her skirt. I was wrong on that one. I consulted the art card, and it goes over. I do kind of prefer it without, just because I really like how the dress looks with the sleeves, like where you can see her shoulder. I'm a really big fan of that, so I might take this piece off for my display, but I will say it is very effective, especially in conjunction with the bonnet. Like I feel as though we're really, really selling this style. Like it definitely fits, and it is nice to just have that as an option. And even the fact that it does have the snaps, and so I can take it off, I think is a really lovely thing, just having a little bit more versatility with the outfit. Everything went on really solid, and actually I'll put a little picture here of what her head looks like. I love how they did the head because the actual like headpiece, like with her face and everything on it, isn't technically attached or strung to the neck peg. There's a second little piece that it like snaps into, and that's the piece that's actually strung on, which means that you can pop her head off and not have to like worry about making sure that you don't lose the stringing and it doesn't like snap inside the body and then you have to redo the whole body. You can just pop her head off to get the outfit on and pop it right back on, and it's super easy, super simple. Like I was ecstatic upon finding that. So, very surprised this was actually like a super simple outfit to even get on her. Here are the shoes and socks looking very cutie patootie. Like, she's just gorgeous. I will say, I think the bonnet doesn't quite fit the way that I might have hoped. Like, it doesn't curve in quite as much as I would like it to, just because of where the ribbon is placed. But it is still a really lovely piece, and honestly, that's me kind of nitpicking because like it still looks good, right? Like it's not like it looks bad. It's just not 100% as perfect as I think it could be. But in general, once I fix the bow situation that we have going on here, really loving this one. Really adore the quality of everything. Like this has been such an excellent start. So I'm going to go ahead and put together the other three dolls that we got in the case, and then we'll take a look at them, and hopefully they'll be just as amazing because so far everything is coming up peachy keen in this review. Knock on wood. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the rest of the dolls have been unboxed, and I'm going to tell y'all right off the bat, I am just as impressed now having unboxed all of them as I was having just unboxed the one. I do have like a couple of problems here and there, but they're genuinely so minor, and everything like wonderful about the bodies and like the hair fiber and everything that has stayed consistent throughout all of these dolls. So this is a good one. I'm so excited to be able to go through these with you. So next up is going to be this girly pop. She's sort of very, very lightly steampunk inspired. This is her little art card. Sorry if you can hear my cat screaming. She just woke up from a nap, and so now she needs a lot of attention. The other accessories this doll came with, she does have glasses. I did put them on her, but it came with two pairs, and so I wanted to show you how they arrived. They are metal, which is really cool. So they come in this little, like, very, very thin metal sheet, and they're pre-cut out, and they're just not bent yet, right? So it's like the lenses and then the like arms are all on one sort of flat plane, and there aren't any lenses in the wires. They're just wires. But I think this was really nice. Like this is a nice way to do this to make sure that like they're packaged in a way that they're not going to get like damaged in transit or anything, right? Like if they were already folded, they could get bent in the wrong direction or something. I don't know. I'm really, really vibing with the glasses. She also comes with these little like handheld binoculars. The sculpting for this is really cool with like the gears in the middle and everything. And there is a different colored handle, which is much appreciated. I would have to change her hands into like a grasping hand to be able to display her like this, but like they do come with extra hands, so it's fine. Also, they all come with like the exact same set of extra hands, so I'm not showing you all of those again because like what's the point? And then the last thing she comes with, technically she should be wearing, it is this hat. So we do have two gears, sort of like another pair of like goggles. Like she's got a lot of eye situations. It's kind of like goggles on the hat, and then the binoculars, and then also the glasses, which is funny. And then we have sculpted feathers, as well as this actual chain with a few little like metal beads going all along it. It's a cool looking hat. Like I do really enjoy this. However, there's not a magnet in it or anything to keep it on the doll and like keep it secure on her head. And it's just you can't really balance it that well. Oop, yep. Literally put down one hand to try to pet my cat with one hand so that she would be less distracting with her screams and the hat fell off. So it just doesn't stay on, which sucks because it is like a nice piece, but because there's no magnet, it's just really, it's just not, it to me, staying on very well, not very well balanced, but otherwise, it's a really fun piece. To look at this girl, she does have short brown hair with this little ponytail off to the side and a much more chipper expression, sort of like cheerful. You can see the glasses actually on her. Like, that is so cute. Are we joking? I love that. I love that a lot. With the outfit, there is a little bit of loose thread right here. And that's really the like only quality issue I think I have with her outfit. She's got these cuffs that go to her wrists. The shirt underneath is a separate piece and it has like this lovely collar with the trim and also the ribbon going down the front, which is super, super nice. And then the sort of suspenders skirt piece is its own, again, separate piece from the shirt, which we love to see. Now that I'm thinking about it, most of my issues are on this doll because you might be able to tell this is the center for the skirt and this is the center for the top part of her suspender situation. So like they're sewn a little bit off. She just wasn't quite as quality as the others, but the good news then is that the others that we're going to look at are definitely less problematic, I guess. I really do love, though, the double layered bow with the little like gear charm here. The silver buttons is super nice, even if there is a little bit of thread there. And she does have a really, really big bow on the back of her outfit. Is this hold on, I was seeing which way it's attached. Okay, it is this way. This one is also a separate piece and it just clips on, has like a clip here. So I just clipped it to the inside of some of the Velcro to pop her there. It's really beautiful. The bow itself is stuffed. So it's like really soft and squishy and stays super full. Like it's not going anywhere shape wise. And we have such beautiful like trailing pieces that are perfectly pleated. The way from the front you can see the stripe and the red, I think is so just absolutely gorgeous. And then, of course, she does have her socks with, again, like the sort of frill at the top there. And then her shoes are these boot situation. She has little roses along the side that are painted a deep dark red. And then the main body of the boot is a like black color. I love the sculpt for these. Very, very pretty. She's not like my favorite in terms of purely design. And unfortunately, like I said, she does have the worst quality out of all of them. But I still think like she's a pretty impressive doll. Like if she's the worst, that's not terrible. You know what I'm saying? But to go ahead and move on, next up is our mostly all white girly pop with this art card. The only accessory that she comes with that she is not currently wearing is this little like handheld mirror. It's not quite a mirror, like the mirror part is not fully reflective. It is a different color than the rest of the like faintly metallic silver that the rest of the mirror is, which is nice. Like I appreciate that there's at least some differentiation for the actual mirror part as opposed to the, faux metal part. And the sculpting again is just really, really lovely, both on the front and on the back. And then I do want to be careful with this one because my one other quality complaint is that because she has two headpieces, it's really difficult, or at least it was really difficult for me to get them both on her head without one of them trying to pop off or fall off. So I'm going to be very gentle handling her. She does have a very soft, open-mouthed expression, beautiful, gorgeous eyes that are sort of like slightly squinted. Just incredible. A gorgeous silver tone to her hair. And then with the two headpieces, the first is this set of plastic wings. They do have an iridescence to that white plastic that's really lovely. And I really love the shape of them. I think they look so beautiful. It's funny because like it's frustrating in terms of trying to make it work, but in terms of looks, I actually love that there are two headpieces because the fabric headpiece that like is tied around the back of her head with just like some ribbon, that hides the plastic headband part of this. So you really get a good ethereal look from the front where the wings don't look like they're part of the headpiece. They look like they're just part of her body, part of the doll. Like it makes her look genuinely more than human, as if the pointed ears didn't also do that. And so visually, I really enjoy it. And I especially enjoy, mine's a little crooked. I'm not going to try to fix it because, again, it's a little hard. But there's so many different fabrics on here. There's two different fabrics on the headband. I'm getting a little dramatic, but there's a lace and then a like just plain white fabric. And there's also this chain that goes across. with different beads going through it. Like, it's so detailed. It's so beautiful. This outfit had so many layers. It's unbelievable, honestly. So first is this shirt portion. This one has like a bow that is attached at the collar here. Beautiful ruffle detailing, like so much ruffle detailing going across the front of the bust here. And we do have little beads to serve as faux buttons. This is a fully long sleeve top. You can see here the like just kind of basic long sleeves that she's got going on. But then we also have this sleeve piece that is fully detachable. Are we joking? Like, the versatility that that offers is amazing. Obviously, I love a good dramatic sleeve, so like of course I want it on her. But I just think that's so cool that you can absolutely keep it just the plain sleeve if you like that. Or if you don't like how far up this is and you want it to be like just a cuff that's really dramatic, you can pull the sleeve down. It's so it's just so impressive to me. I think it's really, really beautiful. Then we have, I'm skipping this piece for a second, this skirt panel that again has it is admittedly like a slightly cheap application of this design on the front, but I still appreciate it for what it is, you know? And then we have more ruffles at the bottom, and that is actually a completely separate skirt piece from both the top and also this more sheer layer. So this sheer layer has a bit that goes across her waist, and we have two black buttons there that are actual buttons. So nice, so lovely. And then we've got this panel in the front. The wing headband just fell off. Did y'all catch that? And then also another on each side to give like some volume and dimension to the skirt. And we also have bows at the waistline. And this just attaches with a little baby bit of Velcro at the back. Like, I'm just so impressed again with like the number of clothing pieces, the quality on them, the versatility that they offer is so good. These socks are very similar to those that we saw with the sort of steampunk girly, you know, just kind of white with the ribbon at the top. And then she has the same platform sculpt as this one, but this time it is all in black. So it's like the only bit of black really outside of the two buttons there. That maybe bothers me a little bit for it to be like all very, very light and then just like the two harsh moments of pure black. It doesn't bother me that much though. And that's like a personal gripe. That's like a stylistic opinion, right? Not like an actual fact or anything about the quality. I'm just kind of talking. Okay, and now that I managed to get her headpiece back on, we can take a look at the last girly, the blue and white one here with her art card. She comes with this super cool staff. So it's got like a bird sculpted at the very top in the iridescent white that we've been seeing kind of throughout most of these characters. Some dark blue here, and then the like grip of the staff. I don't know what to call it. I'm so sorry. But it fades. It's like a transparent plastic and it's spray painted so that it's like an ombre up to a light blue by the top. And it's just so pretty. The details are so good. But to look at the doll herself, blonde hair, just long and straight. So like pretty much the exact same style as this one. Actually, I think it is the exact same style, like bang length and everything, but in a different color. She's got like a very serene, very peaceful expression with the beautiful blue eyes and the tiny smile that I think is really lovely. Her headpiece, I don't know if it's like because of the shape or because it's the only one, but it's definitely staying on a lot better. Gorgeous feather detailing sort of by the ears, and then, you know, a sculpted plastic pearl to connect those two pieces. And it just looks so delightful, like very Halo-esque in my mind, very angelic. It's just so pretty to me. So her shirt is all one piece. We again have like a little gemstone moment that of course I'm a huge fan of. She does have cold shoulders, but they're sort of less noticeable than this one was without the, you know, added layers there. But we have like a super cool ruffled off the shoulder moment that I do think is really nice, and it's lined with the lace and everything. Just the details with the fabric are so, oh my god, hold on. A little bit of the lace fell off. That was sad. Okay. Oopsies. I don't know if that was my fault or if it came like that and I just didn't notice until now. Still very pretty though. It was like kind of excess. I don't really know. But that is, you know, the shirt, a separate piece. Love the dramatic sleeves again. More lining. I think I was saying about the fabrics. Like impressed by the number of fabrics that are being used. Then this layer here, the kind of like overskirt portion with the pleats and the ruffles and everything, is attached to this band around her waist in the light blue with the buttons sewn on in the white. That is completely separate from the pants and also from this belt. This belt is a separate piece. It's sort of a faux leather, and we have this cute buckle there, but it attaches with like a hook and eye closure in the back, which personally I really enjoy, because sometimes doing actual buckles on a small doll scale is very difficult. This, I obviously, like, different people who have different dexterity levels and like different dexterity problems might find hook and eye closures more difficult. Like, I don't want to generalize at all, but for me and my dexterity problems and like my hand issues, it was so much easier to do this than it would be to do a buckle. So I really loved that. And then the pants, they're so cool. Like, I can't figure out what my favorite piece is from this line, but they're a beautiful light blue color. We do have like some printed on corseting detail at the thigh here, but it does terminate in an actual like glued on or sewed on bow, which is nice to see. And then we have this incredible panel of ruffles at the front of the like slightly flared pants. Like, I just love that. And then to have the pearl chain detail dangling down on top is unreal. It's just unreal. And then she also shares a shoe sculpt, this time with the Steampunk Girly Pop, only hers are in the iridescent white with blue flowers as opposed to the black with red flowers. So let me set you in there so that we can do final thoughts. Overall, like, this was a stunning line to me. Like, I'm sort of flabbergasted by how much I found myself enjoying every aspect of these. I think the rooted hair was really fun. Like, this was a great first experience with the rooted hair and the blind box dolls. The body, one of my favorite bodies that we've gotten. Like, it was so good, so easy to work with, so nice. I love that. I think the faces are cute, the fabrics, like, there's just so much to love about these dolls. Definitely the least quality thing about them is like the couple of printed skirts are a little bit cheaper. And then this one had a couple of quality control issues, but that, like, is not the actual quality of every item. That's just like mine came bad. So I obviously have to note it, but like, these are the only two pieces that I would say are maybe even a little bit lower quality. Everything else feels exceptional, like really genuinely amazing. And so shockingly, I find myself saying I do fully believe that these dolls are worth the asking price. Like, when you compare the size again to, like, I feel like, at least in my experience, most blind box BJDs are more of a 1/8 or 1/12 scale. Like, they tend to be smaller, whereas these are closer to a 1/6 scale. So the height, the bodies are really good, the rooted hair, the fashion being so good. As long as you like these, because there is always the blind box aspect, right? Like, as long as you can either buy confirmed the one that you want, or you'd be happy to get any of them, quality wise, I do think that you'd be getting a doll that you're happy with for the price tag, which, not something that I can always say, but I just think that these are honestly really genuinely exceptional. I can't say that they're my favorite blind box dolls that I've ever gotten from kikagoods, just because from like a stylistic standpoint, like, I've gotten mermaid dolls from kikagoods and I'm obsessed with mermaids. So like, these are far more quality than the mermaid. But I have sort of a soft spot for those. So I can't say that they're my favorite, because again, it's just like a stylistic preference sort of thing. But I can say that I genuinely think this might be the highest quality set that I've gotten. And I don't say that lightly. So that's a really nice, happy ending to this video. I'm so glad that it could be such a good one. If any of you happen to have these dolls, I would love to hear your experience with them in the comments down below. And just a reminder, if you found yourself enjoying the video and you want one of these or anything else on kikagoods, you can use my non-affiliate code FairyTale10 to get 10% off on the website. And otherwise, I just would love to hear your opinions on these in the comments down below. And also to know if, like, am I the only one who's so shocked and amazed and awed by them? I don't know. I'm just nosy to hear what y'all are thinking. But that's going to be it for me for today, y'all. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, your night, or whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.